I'm excited to welcome you back to my channel. I want to say a big thank you to every one of my subscribers for your massive support, for always supporting this platform. I really appreciate every one of you. Today I'll be sharing a story of an American lady, Betty, who actually fell in love with an imposter. He actually pretended to be a white man, but he was basically a Nigerian guy who was based in Nigeria. He simply used her as a money mule, and he was able to use her to defraud a lot of women. I think of about $2.5 million. She actually helped him transfer it to Bitcoin, and it's an interesting story. So we're gonna watch this clip, and then I'll be back to analyze and then just give you my take-home message after you see this video. All right, enjoy.
Lonely Massachusetts lady named Betty. She found love, Matt Cox.
Nice. It's nice to find love.
Online with a guy named Charles. Super handsome dude.
Yeah.
Super charming dude.
Wasn't Keanu Reeves?
No. And over the course of their long distance romance, Charles manipulated Betty with elaborate lies to turn her into an unwitting money launderer. Charles created, this guy Charles, created romance scam profiles to charm not only Betty, but 5 other lady victims. He remains back in Nigeria, working this lonely heart scam like a digital puppet master. Okay. The women, believing that they were doing a favor for their boyfriend, they would wire money to Betty, to her bank account. And Betty, believing that she was helping her boyfriend with his business, would forward it to Charles in Bitcoin. We're not talking nickels and dimes here, Matt Cox. Charles was able to extract $2.5 million from these ladies, and every dime of it was converted to Bitcoin by Betty, who sent it along as she was told. Just Nigeria. I love Nigerians, best people. But this happens a lot with Nigerians. It also happens with Indians. It also happens with China and Ukraine. FBI agents are working with our legal attaché at the American Embassy in Abuja, Nigeria. Were able to identify who it was, and the bad guy was Charles Uchenna. The problem is Charles is safely in Nigeria, beyond the grasp of the FBI, but they know who he is. So they put a warrant on the books for his arrest, should he happen to come to the U.S. And gosh darn it, that's exactly what he did. He flies into Dallas, Texas. Immigration and Customs at the border, when they run his name and ID and passport, and they see that he's wanted by the FBI, they put the cuffs on him right there, lock him up. He ends up pleading guilty to fraud and money laundering charges. Okay. What's interesting is that no money was recovered, and it's probably just sitting there in his Bitcoin wallet, a couple $1 million, waiting for him to get out of prison after he serves a sentence where he'll be deported right back to Nigeria.
Just growing and growing and growing.
Or shrinking and shrinking, however the value, whichever way the value of Bitcoin goes over the course of his sentence. The question for you, though, is how long is that sentence? We have 5 victims plus Betty, the money-winning money launderer, $2.5 million. How long before Charles gets to go back to Nigeria and enjoy his life as a Nigerian millionaire?
All right, welcome back, guys. I'm sure you were able to view the clip. Very sad story. It just goes to show how heartless and how inhumane some of these romance scammers are. So I would always advise you men to be very careful, especially with the people you meet online. But I'm gonna give my humble submission and take home for this whole story. Now, number one, I need every woman to understand this. When you're dating a guy in a long distance relationship, maybe you're from America and he's from Nigeria, the first thing you need to be very aware of is this. Once he begins to talk to you about opening an account for him in your country, maybe he wants you to open a PayPal, Zelle, or a Cash App, don't ever open an account for him in your country. That's a clear indication of a man who is a romance scammer. 2, When he begins to talk to you about helping him receive money from somebody in your country, claiming she's my business partner, blah, 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 and all that, that is a huge indication that he is a romance scammer. Don't ever, I repeat, don't ever use your account to receive money for a man you met online. Don't ever do that, because you're simply implicating yourself. I mean, you see how the FBI have been going after these guys recently. So when you meet a guy online who lives in another country and he wants you to open an account for him or use your existing account to receive funds from women all over the world, don't ever do it. Just like Betty. I mean, she didn't know she was dealing with a scammer, a romance scammer, and she was busy receiving funds for him, converting it to Bitcoin, not knowing she was also implicating herself. So to all my ladies, my take-home message is this: whenever you date a guy online and he begins to talk about opening an account for him in your country or receiving money through your account for him and then transferring to him in his country, run away from such a person, because you could end up in jail. You could actually end up in jail. This is my humble submission, and this is a real advice I'm giving out to all the foreign ladies out there. You've got to be very, very careful, because look, romance scam is real and romance scammers are absolutely heartless. Do well to like this video, share this video, drop a comment, and do well to subscribe to this channel. Till I